Hi, my name is Tom Sabo. I'm a photographer, and I'm also the owner of A. Thomas Image, your local portrait photography studio serving Northeast Ohio. I just wanted to spend a little time today talking about outdoor photography. And this is something that most people with camera phones or cell phone cameras do with their family, their friends, their children. You're outdoors and you want to grab some shots of your kids. Well, let's talk about some ways that are going to help improve that. Right now I'm in my backyard and I'm just going to pan the camera so that you can get a look at some of the lighting areas here in my backyard. The reason I'm showing this to you is that more than likely you're going to find the same lighting conditions in your yard on a nice bright sunny afternoon. It just so happens that this is about noontime, 12:30, that I'm doing this. So you get a sense of exactly where the sun is coming from, where the shadows are, and where the bright spots are. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. What I've done is I've turned the camera around, pointed at me, and I've got the sun to my back. So the sun is looking directly into the camera lens. Now, one thing that should become very obvious here is that my face has a lot of shadow in it, and you're not going to be able to see too much detail. Well, that could be a good thing or a not so good thing. And cloud just came through, and you can see what that's done to the lighting here. Now the cloud's passing by, the sun's coming back out, and look what's happening to the shadows in my face. And that's what you want to stay away from with your subjects. You want to keep that sun out from behind the subject, because all it does is it silhouettes the subject. You can probably see that my hair is a little on the glowy side, but again, my face is in a very heavy shadow. So how do we fix that? All right, I'm going to show you. Now, all I've done is I've simply turned 180 degrees and relative to the camera, and I now have the sun pointing directly at my face. Now, the first thing you may notice is right here. See the dark shadows under my eyebrows? Okay, looks like I'm wearing a pair of sunglasses. Now, there's always been this saying in photography that the eyes are the window to the soul. And you always want to try to have the eyes nice and clear, in focus, and they want to be visible. And right now you can't see them too terribly well. It looks like I'm wearing a pair of dark sunglasses. Not so good for portrait photography. So let's talk a little bit about how we can work on that and make that an improvement. Alrighty? Here's another area in my backyard. It's a mulched bed. We've got some nice tall maples and some shrubbery, and you'll notice that there's quite a bit of shadow here. It's not very bright and sunny, but let's see what this does when we put our subject inside the shadow area and just rely on the nice natural soft lighting that comes in an area like this. All right, take a look at what the shadow lighting has done here on my face. Flesh tones look very even, nice color. You'll notice that my sunglass shadow, it's gone. How about that? You can see what this even, shadowed, soft lighting has done to make this portrait of my mug, anyway, a little bit more pleasant. So a couple things to keep in mind. Keep the sun out from the back of your subject. Don't put the sun behind your subject. Try to put the sun in front of your subject so that the sun illuminates their face. If it's the wrong time of day and you're getting very harsh shadows in the eyes, then go looking for a nice shaded area where the light softens and facial skin textures and coloring gets a lot more even and a lot more realistic. Now, when we're talking about photographing kids, especially young kids, they've got a lot of energy, they want to run around, and it's going to be tough. But here's a suggestion. Take a look at the area that your kids are playing in. Take a look at where the sun is, and then take a look around and see if there's any way that you can position yourself and your camera so that you're catching your children playing in a shady area, or maybe take them to a park where there's a lot of trees and you can get that shade, and then just sit back, let the kids go, and keep pushing the shutter. And then if you get a chance and you can get them to sit still for you in a nice shaded area, gather them up, put them in a nice cluster, and let them know what you're doing, and then take some shots. Who knows, maybe you get lucky, you get something that's a keeper. But remember, if you don't, there's always tomorrow. So if you have any questions, you have any comments, feel free to give me a call. My contact information is down at the bottom of the screen. You can call or email. And if you really want somebody who understands photography and cameras and equipment to do that for you, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to work with you. Again, thanks for listening. My name is Tom Sabo. My studio is A. Thomas Image. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.